with Allegra, who plays Molly. Ariella plays Gert. Virginia plays Carolina. Greg plays Jace. Lyrica plays Nico. And you can't have your Runaways without your Alex. Renzi, come on out. If you've watched television in the last whatever, at some point you might have seen a show called The OC. You might have seen a show called Gossip Girl. You might have seen a show called Chuck. I could not tell you how excited, and we'll talk about that tonight, Marvel was, and I was personally, when Stephanie Savage and Josh Schwartz came into our office to talk about Marvel's Runaways. Stephanie and Josh. So the podium was a surprise, and the chairs were not. So that's why we have an extra one. So welcome, guys. You like literally got off the set and flew here.
Yeah.
Just for anybody down there, what's it like shooting a show in LA, about LA, and being able to go home at night, which nobody else ever gets to do because they're shooting in Atlanta?
Yeah, the first time I heard it was in LA, I was very excited. Well, I wanted to get a job that was kind of, this is one of my first jobs. I'm new to the game. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to travel. I wanted to go somewhere and live in a place that sounded really cool to me. When I heard it was LA, I was like, so I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to stay at my house, which was fine. I love LA, it's amazing. It's so much fun to shoot a show. First Marvel show in LA, young youth LA, so it's amazing. I love it. I love LA.
I think it's super fantastic! I think I enjoy so much being with my family and also going to set every day. It's just such an honor to be able to working with these badasses. It's phenomenal. I get to see them every day and we get to portray really relatable, ethnically diverse, and a female-centric cast of characters. I think we're doing pretty good, I think.
Allegra's the shy one. So Josh and Steph, did you ever think we were going to get to shoot in LA, or that this was ever going to happen for that matter?
No, it's exciting for us. We've been working on this for over 2 years, probably 2.5 years ago that we first sat down in your office to talk about this. So to be here tonight and talk about the show and have the cast here, we couldn't be more thrilled. And it's such an LA-centric show. It's such a crucial part of the book. So it felt like it had to be set in LA.
So we were relieved when we were talking to Marvel about shooting the show in LA, that we were like, it's really important and your New York shows get to shoot in New York, that they weren't just like, yeah, we look forward to seeing how you're going to make Vancouver look just like LA.
Hey, but guess what? I'm not really from LA. I'm from New York, y'all. Back here even for just a little bit, and I'm already feeling all this energy, and I'm so riled up about it.
Now, Josh, this this was a comic, wasn't it? Before this was actually.
It was my favorite comic.
And what is it that attracted you to this particular comic?
It's the writing of Brian K. Vaughan. I said, I don't know who this Brian K. Vaughan is, but this is my people. He's speaking to me directly. He's the best.
What a lot of people don't know is that, you know, oftentimes when comic books are turned into something else, the creator is not necessarily involved, largely because in many cases they're working on comics and they can't come out to LA or New York or wherever it is where the show's shooting and can't really be part of that. We were incredibly lucky that Brian is also somebody who knows quite a bit about not just writing comics, but writing television. And so, well, rather than just talk about it, Evan, can you roll this little clip? Evan is the guy that makes all of this happen. So if I say to Evan, that's good news for us, and a good time for you to put down your phone. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, New York. Thank you, Comic-Con. I'm sure now that folks, if you leave, you're going to miss stuff. I'm just going to tell you, those of you that are sneaking out now, I know you got to get home and watch the second half of Inhumans, but you know, you can. So, stick around. I'm sure by the time you get home, you'll have picked out and you all have your favorite Runaway, which I think is a testament to both Josh and Stephanie's incredible writing, and one of the unsung heroes that I do need to shout out, and that is our casting director, Patrick Rush. Gift to finding people, some of whom you may not know and some of whom you're certainly going to know when we premiere on what date?
November
10th. And exclusively only on? You're so good. You're so good you might get something else. I think that you guys saw there was like a little kind of like, is there a dinosaur in the show?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Have you encountered a dinosaur at work ever, Ariel?
Oh, Grace! Can I say? She's my best friend. We hang out every weekend. She's so professional and I love her.
Which I guess is gonna, I'm sure, I mean, I'm just going to call you by your name because it's going to be easier for the audience because they're going to. So Carolina.
Yes?
You got to go all light and sparkly there.
There's a lot of rainbow glowing that happens. It's very exciting.
And so that's kind of like what Brian and Adrian got together and drew. Like it's suddenly there.
Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty accurate. Yeah, it pretty comes to life pretty well, doesn't it? The rainbows and the glitter.
So if that's the case, then Chase, is there anything? I mean, we saw you're pretty good with fists in there. Is there anything that the audience ought to know about what we're going to be doing as we go along?
Well, I think it's clear to say or see that Chase has.
British accent, man.
What an accent. You're not American?
No, yeah, I'm trying to get it.
Oh my gosh.
No, yeah, Chase obviously has anger issues, and throughout the first season, you are going to see Chase. We use his fist, but obviously for the comic book lovers, the fistigons are going to come out.
And so, I mean, if there's going to be a dinosaur, and there's going to be glowing hands, and there's going to be super strength, and there's going to be some magic fists. Oh, magic!
Magic. I feel like I know something about that.
Nico, what do you think? You think you're going to ever get to, like,
I mean,
Besides throwing a book in a fire, or is there?
I mean, I'd hope so. I'd hope I get to play with some magic.
Would
Some kind of staff.
you need to make that?
The staff of one.
And Alex,
I'm not gonna lie, I feel left out. This isn't.
Renzi has been talking about it for the last 2 months, how upset he is that he does not...
Look, it's a Marvel show. I want a power.
Right.
But listen, I feel great. Alex is very smart, very calculated, strategic. He thinks, but a lot of these guys don't. So it's great.
now, I think one of the things that is set up really nicely in the show, and one of the things that Brian talked to us a lot about, was that he really couldn't, in the comic, spend as much time as he would have liked to with the other side of the story, which is the parents. And so, Josh and Stephanie, without really spoiling it, but go ahead and spoil it, what happens in the next episode that would answer that question?
The next episode retells this story, but this time from the point of view of pride.
And if you love them, wait till you see all the parents get into action, because you're going to have whole new sets of people that you're going to be wondering about. And there, I mean, what's interesting about the show is that it's not like evil and good. Like,
there are no villains on our show.
Except the parents.
And how do you make that happen?
You got to watch the second episode. We can watch it on my phone. We'll all gather right here.
They'll do that. Don't lie. Believe me, they'll do that. But I'll tell you what, and it's because, unfortunately, our good friends at New York Comic Con are telling us that we're running late. We'd stay all the way through, till tomorrow. And actually, tomorrow, you guys are going to be at the Marvel booth, and there'll be an exclusive poster that some of you may have seen that Adrian drew for that. But rather than us just talking about it, I'll tell you what, we're going to leave you with one little clip. And this little clip is going to show you some of what's happening this season on March.